So this video is going to explain how you use stem changing verbs, or sometimes they're called boot verbs. We're going to look specifically at verbs that where the E in the stem changes to IE. So stems, remember, this is just what is left over when you take away the last two letters. So the verb perder, which means to lose, like perdedor, loser. If I get rid of the ER, then I'm left with this as the stem. Same with despertar. If I get rid of the AR, this would be the stem. So basically, the E in the stem is what I'm going to change in those two verbs. So we learned a little bit yesterday about the verb jugar and did a little bit of a review with that one. This is the one where in the stem, the U is going to change to a UE. And then I can put my O on if I want to say I play baseball. Yo juego béisbol. So there are three kinds of stem changers. Jugar is the only one that does that U to UE. And the group we're going to look at today is the E to IE, where the E in the stem changes to IE. So what do you change? Well, in the verb querer, which means to want, and the verb perder, which means to lose, I'm going to do the vowel that's closest to the ending. Okay, so if I get rid of that ER ending, the only vowel that's the one that's closest to the ending is going to be that E. Same with this one, the closest to the ending is the E. If you have two vowels, like in despertar or preferir, despertar of course means to wake up, and preferir means to prefer. So there are two E's in my stem once I get rid of the AR. And so I would just want to do the one that's closest to the end. Same here. There's two E's in the stem once I get rid of the IR. So I want to make sure that I do the second, the closest one to the end, the second E. So here's some examples of how this works. If I wanted to use some typical E to IE verbs, these are ones that are used all the time. Me despierto, I wake up. Quiero dulce, I want candy. Empieza a las 8, if I wanted to say what time school begins or starts. Tiene 16 años, if I want to say how old somebody else is. Prefiero azul, if I want to say what color I prefer, or I can use that for other things as well. So these are all examples of verbs where the E in the stem is going to change to an IE. So do you change it for every pronoun? No. Well, like jugar that we learned about yesterday, I never change it for nosotros. Okay, so let's look at some other examples. Despertar. So I'm going to get rid of my AR. I look at the vowel that's closest to the end. I change the E to IE, so this becomes my new stem. And then I can put my endings on. So because this is an AR verb, I'm going to use yo despierto, tú despiertas, él despierta. Notice here, nosotros despertamos. There's no stem change for nosotros. Ellos despiertan. So I still use my o, as, a, amos, an endings. Just a regular AR verb in that sense. The only difference is I have to change my stem before I can put the ending on. Let's look at one more. Querer, this verb means to want. So once I get rid of the ER, the only vowel I'm going to work with today is this E. The E is going to change to an IE. So my stem becomes quier. Now I can put my ending on. So O for yo, ES for tú, E for él, and then I would do EMOS for nosotros, but I don't do a stem change here. There's no E to IE in nosotros. And then ellos quieren. So quiero, quieres, quiere, queremos, quieren. You can almost hear there's a little bit of a difference in the way that I pronounce it. Quieren and queremos, queremos, quieren. See? So this is why sometimes these types of verbs are called shoe or boot verbs, because everything inside the shoe gets the stem change. You can see here that this is the verb perder. This E is going to change to an IE for everything but nosotros. And if we were in Spain, we would also not do a stem change for the vosotros form. Perdéis. That's how I would say this, perdéis. So, but since we're not going to be using the vosotros form a lot, we don't need to worry about it. but nosotros does not have a stem change. See? All right, we're going to go to Canvas and do a practice activity with the verb quiero or querer.